Hello everyone, it's Andrew Lewis, the Shit Flick Critic here with an update video. Hadn't done one of these for a while, was feeling kind of guilty, so I figured now would be a good time to explain what's going on in a thorough manner and say hi to y'all because it has been a hot minute. Where to start? Living in Mexico at the moment. I was hitchhiking again. I started in Vancouver and I went through the middle states of the United States, did Colorado, Kansas, then went back to the south and I never did Memphis, so I went to Memphis. Ended up in Mexico and met a girl in a place called Durango, and now I live in Durango. And yo hablo poquito español ahora, porque yo tener muchas prácticas con mi novia. Anyway, doesn't matter, but that's what I'm doing now. I suppose it's a good time to talk about the fate of the Shit Flick Critic. I don't think I'm going to be making any more videos. I know you should never say never, so I'm not going to say never ever, but okay, so here's the thing with the Shit Flick Critic, and I'm going to be fully transparent. I've discovered as of late that I'm pretty sure I have something called, that I'm sure you're all familiar with, ADHD, which basically means that I'm either super into something and I do it every single day and I love it and I feel every waking moment with it, or to do it causes me great physical pain. And I never really understood what it was, and I always just thought I was being lazy when I didn't want to make a video, so there was a lot of guilt involved. So when I moved in with my sister, when I got back to Australia after all that COVID stuff, all of a sudden I felt like, yeah, I'm going to make more Shit Flick Critic videos, and I did, and I was feeling really positive, and I was doing it every day. I was working at it, and it was going pretty well. I was getting like thousands of views, which I was happy with. I was like, great, and I started working on my video for cats, and I got about halfway through, and then I couldn't even think about it anymore. I just hated the idea of it, and it wasn't that it was bad. It wasn't that I thought that it wasn't going to work out the way I wanted it to. I just couldn't do it anymore. So that was very frustrating, and I was hoping that the enthusiasm would reach me again. But then I got a job. I'm just going to swap arms because it was getting tight. Ooh, my finger. Then I got a job working in radio, which was something in Australia. And that was a big opportunity, and it turned out that they actually prevented me from making any more Shit Flick Critics. So I figured that was just a nail in the coffin for the Shit Flick Critic, the last one. Apparently just because it had swearing in it, and I know you could say, well, you could have just not done swearing, but I think at that point I was ready to just move on anyway. So I got this job working in radio. I was doing a breakfast show for Magic 1059. And it was okay at first, and then it turned out it was pretty freaking awful. The working conditions were really bad, and my manager turned out to be a bit of for lack of a better word, like a psychopath or a sociopath, and he was really mentally abusive, and I did a formal complaint, and I spent months trying to work that out, and they kept gaslighting me that he wasn't as bad as I thought he was, and then all these girls came forward saying that he was as bad as I thought he was, and that he treated them worse. So they all came forward, and the company basically ignored all these girls that were coming forward, tried to tell me that I was just imagining it. I took it as far as it could go, and eventually I got an apology out of him, which at the time I thought was a victory, but looking back I was like, I really wanted him to lose his job, but he didn't. So then at that point I was really over everything, and I just went, you know what, I'm just gonna start traveling again. And I knew this time was different, because last time I traveled it was because I really wanted to. This time was more just like, COVID's over, I miss hitchhiking, I'm just gonna hitchhike again. So I just sold everything I had, packed up my life, and started hitchhiking again. And I had a really good time, but there was just something different about it. I can't put my finger on it. It felt a bit more out of desperation than really wanting to. But I really had a good time. Like I did. I went back to Vancouver, the city that I love. I got to see some amazing things. I hitchhiked through Yellowstone National Park, which I'm sure it must be a first in history. I don't know if anyone's ever hitchhiked through Yellowstone National Park, but I did, and I got picked up a lot, surprisingly. Slept in a lot of bushes, made my way down to Mexico, and I was actually originally planning on going to South America, but I met a girl here basically my second day in Durango, and we just really hit off. And I at first decided to stay for a week, and then a week turned to 2 weeks, and now it's been 8 months I've been here. And you can tell by my tan that I'm definitely not lying. I suppose Australia's hot as well, but well, it's not hot now in Australia, so I have to be in Mexico. So that happened, and then the thought has popped into my head of making more shit flick critics every now and again, but I think it's just something that it's like, for me, it feels like beating a dead horse. You know, I keep going back to it and whacking it another couple times with a baseball bat, and I think ultimately the problem with the shit flick critic was due to my general mental health issues that I've been really trying to work out. It just exacerbates my perfectionism. I think because it is a critic channel, I feel like it has to be perfect, otherwise people will judge me while I'm judging other people. So I put in way too much work into it to make sure it was perfect. And I know a lot of you probably really like that about it, sort of the sheer amount of editing. But ultimately for me, it just really it's just stopped being fun. I think I said to someone once, I put it, I said, it became 90% editing, 10% fun. Like there'd be that one moment every now and again where I'd really enjoy something I did or thought it was fun, and then the rest would just be tirelessly spooling through movies, grabbing that little clip because I'm talking about it, putting in another bit, putting in another bit. Because of my perfectionism, I'd have to sync it up exactly to my voice. It'd be like, and then he went into the thing, and it was crazy because, you know, and all these little cuts, and in the end it just drove me insane. So that's why I think for the time being, or, you know, for the foreseeable future, I'm just not going to be doing any more shit flick critics. That being said, though, I am starting a new channel, which I know will come as a shock to a lot of you, but I had this idea. I was watching a lot of horror channels lately, and I just noticed a lot of them followed the same formula, and I would always cringe at like their stupid thumbnails and the way that they talked, and you know, they always tried to be kind of poetic, but it always sounded kind of stupid. So I'm starting a new channel where I'm making fun of horror channels on YouTube, and it's called Spooky Time. The thing is, I don't want you to think that this video specifically is just to plug that channel, because it's not. I just feel like for any of you out there that would still like to see me and see me do funny things, I think that would be a good opportunity for you to have a look. It's very new, and I've only got like 8 subscribers, and it's a bit daunting doing the whole journey again from scratch like I did with the Shit Flick Critic. But what I really like about these videos is they're very quick. It's quick for me to come up with an idea, and because they're bad on purpose, I don't have to worry about making it perfect. It's like, if I make a mistake, I just leave it in. You know, oops, I accidentally cut that. It doesn't matter because these are supposed to be bad. And it also kind of fits into the shit flick critic of, you know, making... Oh, man, what's wrong with my right arm? I got to use my left again. Making fun of things that are bad by parroting them in a way that emulates their terrorosity, which I do not think is a word. So if you are interested in having a look, please, I'll put a link in the description. As I said, this isn't an official plug for that channel. I don't want you to think that's the only reason why I'm making this video. If none of you click on it, that's fine. Because I'll just carry on and try and get more views and stuff. But for those of you out there that are still watching my videos or have been wondering where I am, I've gotten a few comments every now and again like, oh, I wonder where he is. I just really want to thank you, and it's nice to know that you guys are still interested in me, you know, after all this time. I think my brain thought that the longer I leave the gap before I say anything, eventually everyone will just drift away and stop thinking about me. But it's very nice to know that every now and again someone is wondering where I am and what I'm doing. And I guess I do apologize for not making a video sooner because, oh man, I'm getting sweaty. It's just a combination of like guilt, I think. feeling guilty that I hadn't made a video yet and then not making one. And so that's why I'm making this one now. So again, thank you for all your support still. I don't know if I have anything else strictly to talk about. I kind of rolled through everything pretty quickly. If any of you do have like a specific question for me, maybe put it in the comments and I can do another quick video. Sort of like a Q&A, but just like, because I don't really know what else to talk about right now. So I could just answer a quick question. I guess I could just comment, respond to the comment. But I don't know, it feels a bit more formal doing it this way. I'm at 10 minutes now, so I shouldn't waffle on forever, but things are going really well. I really like my girlfriend, and I'm interested in this new journey. I don't know how it's going to work out. It might be that a year from now I've still got 6 subscribers and I'll just do something else, but I like them. I think they're quirky, and again, just really quick, I can pop them out and there not be too much problems or dilemma, so I guess that's about the gist of it. It's really nice to talk to you all and post up another video. And I guess that's about the extent of it. So again, looking forward to hearing your comments. Anyone, if there's anything you'd like to say. And I'll see you all later. Bye.